Hey guys, so today we're changing the starter on a 2015 Mazda 3. It's got the 2-liter engine. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. We've never done this before, and I couldn't find any videos online, so hopefully this will be helpful to you guys. Hey guys, so we lost a little bit of footage in the beginning there, but I just wanted to explain that the first step in the process is to remove the plastic part on the bottom. There's two different panels that just have a bunch of screws holding it on the bottom of the car. Basically just covering the whole bottom, which makes it difficult to do any kind of work. So you got to remove that. It took an 8mm and 10mm socket, as well as it had some of those plastic retainers that you have to use they make a tool for it, but I generally just use a flathead screwdriver to pry those up and then pull them out. So hopefully this video works for you. On this model, it's got it sits in the engine like this, and then it's got two bolts. They appear to be 15mm, but I'll confirm that.
And I am here as an assistant engineer. That's the master guy that doing all of this. It's his idea. I don't know if this will go or not, but I trust him, so let's go with it.
We'll see. I'm also gonna get a flathead screwdriver to. Oh, by the way, before I started, I made sure I took the negative off the battery. Anytime you're doing anything with electrical, you want to take the negative off the battery first. But now I'm going to try to remove the electrical connections from the starter. I'll go ahead and show you that now.
It's the hardest part right here. It's back to work, guys. Here's beneath the engine. Sean is doing all the work, and they know me. I'm just here to give him power to do it. It's getting exciting. This car, it's been not working for almost a month now, so I'd like you to get moving. Kind of block my driveway right now, and Sean said the starter, so you know, I just bought the starter, and then he's doing all the work now.
Yeah, right now I'm just trying to get the little electrical connectors off the starter.
So Sean, so far, what's the hardest part doing this?
So far, the hardest part was getting that plastic cover off the bottom. It's just a bunch of little bitty bolts and those the little plastic retainers that you have to kind of pull up, unlock with your flathead screwdriver. And because the whole bottom of the car is covered in plastic. And now I'm just trying to get the connectors off, and they're kind of being a little stubborn.
So you take off the connector, and is that the time you replace it, or is there more thing to move?
Well, after we take these off, should just be able to unbolt it. Don't think it should be that much harder.
Again, this is 2015 Mazda, and we're going to start it with was a battery we buy. We replace new batteries. Anyway, the battery was there was really bad, so we need to replace it anyway. So after that, then we think the starter. We buy it at rockauto.com. They have a really good vehicle part in there that you can just order. We have to do it online though, and then here's the hard work. Again, if you are not engineer like Sean, don't try this at home. You might damage something, but we try to help here and post this video for you.
Okay, I got one of the connectors off. And now looks like we need maybe a 10 millimeter or 12. Let's see if we get.
Now he's looking for
It's right here.
10 millimeter
And
tools
I also
to.
got a 12 here somewhere.
Okay. As you can see, all the plastic at the bottom of the Mazda has been gone. We remove it.
Yeah, so
Sean said that was the hard part so far.
if you can see this, not sure. Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
get
they can see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this was the first connector. I just lifted up on this little plastic piece here. Whoops. Just lift it up on that plastic piece there and pull it out. And now there's two bolts that are holding on the other connectors. And it looks like they are 12 millimeter.
So, if your car doesn't start after, replacing the body or try to jump start it, then you might have to do this. Again, this is like just Sean's hobby, but he doesn't know car very much, so.
Yeah, I haven't done too much on the engines, but that's what YouTube's for. Yep, that's one side of the connector. Get at the other side here. By the way, I do think that the 12 millimeter that you're going to use be very helpful if you have either a deep socket or an extension. I'm using a deep socket right now. It's making it pretty easy to get to.
Yeah, what are all the tools that you really need is for replace this starter?
You basically just need a basic socket set with, like I said, 8 millimeter and 10 millimeter and 12 millimeter sockets.
Okay.
And then the ones to get the starter off, I think are 15.
Okay, and of course you have to lift the car.
Yes, and always make sure you support your car with jack stands like we have here. Don't just jack it up with your jack. All right, I think we've got the connector off. Yep, that's it. There's one side.
We got the connector off now.
There's the other side. So now we actually have to get the starter off. And it looks like it's gonna be kind of difficult to get to this one up here. Let me get my 15 millimeter. The one down here is pretty easy to get to. I'm gonna save that for last.
So the one at the top is the hardest
Yeah, the
one?
one at the top's going to be a lot harder. I said 15, but that's not the case. At least for the bottom.
So you used 10, you used 12, and possibly 15. Okay. So we recommend just like have the whole box, Sean, have a whole box here. So, you know, if you're going to fix a car, then have these tools, or have a friend like Sean to help you out with these tools. I don't have any tools, but I call him my my tools guy, my mastermind vehicle guy. I always talk to him if I have an issue with cars, and you know, it had helped me so far. I hope I don't piss him off though. So you're trying what now?
I'm trying a 14.
14. Okay.
And yep, that is the right one for the bottom at least.
Okay. So you needed 10, 12, and 14 so far.
But while I'm down here, I'll go ahead and loosen this one. Not too bad. Now let's see if we can get to that one up there.
So you have to do that one too from the bottom?
I'm not sure. We might be able to do it from the top. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking the top might be easier. So I've got the bolt, I've got the ratchet on there. Maybe not. Let's see. Might be able to get it in this way. Okay. I think I got it.
You got it from the bottom too?
Yeah, I got it from the bottom.
Okay.
See if I can loosen it. Okay. Got it loosened.
And you need 14 on that one too?
Yeah, that was 14, not
14.
15. Sorry about that.
Well, it's all good. I mean, sounds like you needed 10, but it's almost like all the tools you need to remove the starter, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty basic tools. You don't really need a whole lot. You know, if you've done work on a car before, you probably have most of it. But like I said, I would suggest that deep socket for the 12 millimeter. Yep, okay. I think we've got the top one out.
Okay. So almost like going to take off the starter right now.
Yep, now I'm gonna take it off. And I gotta be careful. Make sure as you're taking these bolts off that you're holding it so it doesn't fall on you. Where'd I put the ratchet? Oh, it's over here.
You're looking for the ratchet now?
Yeah, I've got it.
So you are loosening the bottom now, all the way.
Yeah. And I'm holding the starter as I'm loosening this because it's loose now, so there's nothing else holding it in.
Yeah, make sure you're safe, guys, just like the way Sean doing it right now. Don't want anything to fall on you. Again, because this car couldn't start, then we're going to bring it to the mechanic. We have to tow it, which is another money at the top of what you have to pay for the labor. So if you have friends like Sean You can't just like spoil yourself and be cheap and really follow this video step by step. I am the video maker here, so it's not like I've took video before, but we just hope this will help you. We haven't found this on YouTube. Be the first one. When you make yours, make this video better. But definitely the basic is covered here. How to replace the starter. So that way you don't have to tow it. And you don't have to.
Okay, we got it out.
That's the old starter right there.
Not too bad.
That's the old starter for 2015 Mazda. It's been empty now.
Okay, put the new one in.
So you pretty much going to use the same tool, Sean, to put it back?
Yep.
How long did that take us to do it?
Yeah, not too long really. The hardest part was getting the car up and getting the plastic cover off the bottom.
Mm.
Yeah, getting the starter off probably only took about 20 minutes.
It's actually even less than that. Right now I have 15 on my video, so it's probably 12 minutes. So here is the old starter. Again, don't throw this away. I think people who sell the starter, you can bring this back and get some refunds.
Yeah, you get a core charge, they call it.
They call it what, Sean?
A core charge.
Core charge.
Oh, and by the way, I also got some blue thread locker. I'll show that to you in a minute, but what you do is you put just a little of that thread locker on this bolt, and that'll protect it from coming loose from vibrations in the future. And it'll also make it easier to get it out if you ever need to get it out again.
Here we go, guys. That's some tips for you. That's the new starter right there.
Yep. I took a couple bolts off the back so that we can get the connector on there.
So what are you doing now, Sean?
Right now I'm just going to put that thread locker on there I was talking about. Whoa. It only takes a little bit. And I'm making a mess here.
Well, take that mess. That's not even a mess at all.
Don't want it to, this will dry on your car and don't want that to happen. So we'll go ahead and put this in the bottom one. Put that in first.
Here you go, guys. I'm going to put the new starter now.
lined up. Not too bad. Now this bottom one, I haven't put the top one in yet, so I'm going to put it in, but I'm not going to tighten it down because I may need to adjust it to get the top one in.
So you want to put the top first
Before you tighten it all down.
I didn't know. Okay. There you go, guys. Just little tips like that will help you.
Put a little bit of thread locker on the other one.
So when you bought the starter, Sean, what do you have to make sure of?
You just have to make sure that you get it for the right engine, for the right year of the car.
So you have to check the year of the car and also the engine. And this 2015 Mazda is 2-liter, right?
Yeah. Gonna do the same with the top, just tighten it down by hand a little, get it pretty close. Then we'll tighten it down with the ratchet. Make sure your ratchet's going the right way. Righty tighty, lefty loosey.
So just maybe a quick background on this, Sean. Why do you think it was a starter problem when the car didn't run?
So generally, starters is going to be one of the last things you check. First, you check the battery. You can put a voltage meter on it, and that'll give you a part of the story. Make sure you're getting 12 volts, approximately. And then also on your battery, just check your terminals to make sure that they're not corroded, because that could have an issue with starting as well. And then we also jumped it just in case the battery is bad. Best way, the right way to check your battery is to put a load meter on it. And they can do that for you at your local auto shop, or you can buy it online. We actually took ours to Walmart, and the battery was fine. But we ended up replacing it anyways because it was a pretty old battery, and it seemed like it was probably nearing the end of its life, so we went ahead and replaced it.
Didn't we also try to start the starter with hammering it? Can you explain that?
Yeah, so you can get under here if you think your starter's going bad. You get one person under the car and one person starting the car. And as the person starting the car, you just gently tap a hammer on the starter. And if you do that and it starts, you know that the starter's bad. And that's what we did. We tapped on it and started it, and it started once, or it turned over once. So we knew that was a good indication that the starter was bad.
Yeah, try that trick, guys. It's almost started when we did it. It was harder for us to hammer it, but it really gave us a good sign why it was a starter problem.
Yep.
So before doing all of this, make sure you go through those checklists.
Yeah, because it could be the starter, but most of the time it's not. It's usually a battery or just a connection issue.
Makes sense.
So I've tightened down the bottom, just making sure the top's tight, and I think we're good. We got to put the connectors back, and we should be pretty close. And let's see on this new starter, see if they're the same bolts. Look like the same. Yeah, it is the same bolt for the old one. The new one actually had some kind of cheaper bolts on it, so I'm going to use the ones from the new one, or from the old one, I mean.
So Sean, just so I understand, how is this covered in the warranty if you are under warranty or something?
Well, so we talked to, we called Mazda about that, and apparently your warranty does not, is only for the powertrain warranty at least, only covers internally lubricated parts. So which is not the starter. Well, yeah,
okay.
The starter is not included in that. So we decided to change it, and if it turns out that the starter is not the problem, then we know that it should be covered under warranty, since it's going to most likely going to be an internal engine issue.
So yeah, if you still under a warranty, you may want to do this first, because
Yeah.
you tow your car to a dealership, you know.
Well, especially if you're under this would be covered under the bumper-to-bumper warranty if you still have that. But we don't have that on this car, so.
So bumper can will cover it, but what was the other one, Sean?
Your powertrain warranty.
Powertrain warranty will not cover it.
Got a little fly buzzing around here. Just make sure that everything's tightened down good. Get a good connection. So, by the way, there's to get to the, I guess it must be the positive side of the starter. There's just a flip down cover, and you just kind of pinch it with your fingers on each side and pull it down, and that gives you access from behind on this side where you can't see in the camera. But it's just a little plastic cover, and then this just goes right back on here, and we are good to go. Now is going to be the moment of truth.
Moment of truth, guys. We're going to start this car and see. As far as removing and replacing the starter, it's done now. But this is a good indication for us if we need to bring it for the powertrain warranty. Here we go. Moment of truth right here.
Well, you gotta give me a minute. I didn't tighten down this other one on this other connection, just making sure.
Making sure you tighten everything, because when you start it, that's something different. I know we are all excited to start this.
Yeah, you don't want to skip a step.
Yeah. Let's make sure you cover the details.
Yeah, we should be good there. Got to put the negative connection back on the battery, and then we can try it out. Looking good in there. And while we're up here, we can show everyone the battery. I just disconnected the negative connection there. Tighten it back up. Anytime you're doing any kind of electrical work on your car, not a bad idea to do.
Like safety.
Yep.
Here you go, guys. Make sure you're safe doing this.
Good to go there. All right. Let's try it out. I put him in here.
All right, Sean's going to start it.
Well, guys, that's not good.
Do you think you need times a little bit?
Yeah, it's possible that the battery has lost charge. It's because it's been, it's been sitting for a month, so it's possible the battery's lost charge. So we'll go ahead and check that.
That's a good sign. Haven't done that before. Anyway, guys, this is still a positive for us. We might need to bring it to the dealer if it's an engine issue. We replace the starter all the way.
All right, yeah, let's check the voltage on the battery.
Now we are checking the voltage just to make sure.
And make sure you're set to DC. So we've got nearly 12 volts. So
That's
pretty
good.
good. All right, guys, well, we'll do some more troubleshooting and let you know if we come up with a solution. But that was the changing a starter in a 2015 Mazda 3. Well, thanks for watching, guys. I hope this video was helpful for you. I just wanted to give you a little update as well. We figured out that the starter was actually not the problem with our Mazda 3. The issue is that the AC compressor is locked up and is keeping the belt from turning that's connected to the main crank on the engine. So we removed that belt just to test it, and the engine started up just fine. So the next step is going to be to replace that compressor.